what content creators hate you doesn't matter, dude. It's blatantly obvious, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I do me, and that's all that fucking matters. I'm not worried about the fake fucks that are part of the FIFA community. One thing that really got me going too is I was listening to Nick Merckx. I think Nick Merckx is going through basically what I'm going through in the FIFA community, but he's going through it in the Fortnite community, where some people are just scumbags in regards to Nick Merckx, and then people he would consider friends know full well what those people do to Nick, but then play both sides. Pretend like they're Nick's friend, but then pretend like they're other people's friends because it benefits them career-wise. And just hearing Nick Merckx talk about that, it's like he was talking to me, saying like, dude, it's just crazy how scummy this industry can be in a lot of ways, you know? A lot of people pretend to be your friend. A lot of people do shit behind your back. A lot of people pretend to be your good buddy and talk to you like, and tell you really, really close things, like in a lot of personal situations, but then go off. Like they'll talk shit about people really, really close to you, and then they'll go off and become best friends with the people they talk shit about. Like, shit is really weird, man. This industry. So when I was listening to Nick say all of that stuff, he said it today on stream. I wanted to tweet it out, but I'm like, who cares? But just hearing him say that, I was like, bro, whew, you're talking to me, Nicholas. You're talking to me, man. It's crazy. The FIFA community has the exact same shit going on. People are just stepladdering each other. That's just what this whole industry is all about. And it's interesting. I thought it was a very FIFA specific thing, where, you know, you'll have content creators try and step on other people's throats and push people down and backstab each other, shit talk one person, then the next month they're best friends, and really fucking weird. But it's crazy that I guess the Fortnite community or the overall community is like that as well. It's really, really interesting.
Much love, Nick28T.
Matthias, thank you for the 56 months, man. And this is why I don't give a fuck. I got a community like you guys behind my back. I'm keeping my circle tight, keep my friends close, you know what I mean? And it's the way it is. And I should have known, like, I've got a lot of working life experience, and even in like the marketing world I was in, people would do that as well. You know, it's not like just a FIFA community thing. Like Nick Merckx was saying, it's not just a Fortnite thing. It's a life thing, dude. I dealt with backstabbing, ladder climbing cunts, even in like the marketing businesses that I was in, and in the marketing industry I was in too, right? It's just, people are like that, man. People don't have a spine, and they just want to do whatever they can to try and grow. Pretend being your friend, or pretend being a good acquaintance, or pretend liking you, but behind your back they'll backstab you, or make sure that certain companies don't work with you, make sure other people talk shit about you, so then other content creators start disliking you even though they don't know you. So the FIFA community has been doing that to me for 6 years, but it's everywhere, man. It is what it is. Backstabbing happens at my work. It's everywhere. Yep. You got to just rise above it, Watson. You know what I mean? Like, I think the one thing I've learned over the 6 years in this industry is you just worry about yourself, man. You know? You just worry about yourself and your life and what you got going on. And you just, one thing is you got to stay real to yourself. And because what people will do is those same people that will spend years shutting you down and stuff like that, when it benefits them, years down the road, they'll then try and be kind to you or pretend like they're nice to you and whatever too, right? So you gotta really be wary of the snakes and the slippery scumbags within this world, man. For sure. Yeah, Gufsky, we love you too, man. We appreciate you, bro. Definitely a family thing we got going on here. Definitely. Happens at my school, soccer practice. Yeah. Absolutely, man. You just gotta stay on your own trajectory, dude. Not let it bring you down as well. I think one of the things too is, because we're all humans, you take it to heart, you know? And you absolutely shouldn't take anything like that to heart. Athletics is another good point, Josh. Dude, I dealt with that so much in high school football, high school soccer, dude. We're just playing for provincial championships, and that type of ladder climbing was going on even back then, dude. People trying to get in coaches' ears, letting them know that you're doing this or you're not doing that, so maybe they can take your starting. It just happens everywhere. And I know the stuff I'm saying about backstabbing, terrible people, you guys are probably all sitting there like, yeah, in this situation I dealt with that, in this situation I dealt with that. And I just hope that when you're listening to what I'm saying, I hope you're the person dealing with that and trying to rise above it. I hope to God my community is not the type of people that do that stuff to try and better themselves. And if you are, I hope me talking about this or at least you thinking about it, you can call yourself out on it and try and pull your way back out of that, dude. Because being that type of person, you might think that that's a good way to go. It just isn't, man. It genuinely, it just isn't. It's you might think you're going to improve your life, or it's going to help you, do better. And some people, just by being a snake or being, an unsavory type of person, will succeed in life doing like that. But they don't sleep well at night anyways, dude. So it is what it is. Do I watch many streams? I keep up to date with the people I respect and like. So, I mean, I try and keep up to date with what's going on with Nick Mercs, and guys of that caliber for sure. It's also just inspiring seeing what they're doing and like how they run their stuff. And sometimes I need like a reminder, I'd like to think I'm relatively fortunate for being able to do what I do. Like, we almost have 2,000 people in the stream right now, just listening to my dumbass talking about stupid shit and then watching the Fortnite World Cup in the background, So I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in, but even in that situation, I still need a reminder and to be able to look at others to be like, okay, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Being grateful for what you got, not getting, because I could very easily get caught up in all the snaky, gross shit that happens in the FIFA community, or in the overall Twitch community, but you don't benefit from that. You feel me? You don't benefit from, and this again goes for you and your life. Like, you don't benefit from getting stuck into the nitty gritty, gross shit that goes on. The little dumb things that might piss you off. Your family does this, they don't invite you to this. You get disrespected by this. That stuff can really start weighing you down. And you just gotta. It's cliche for sure, but you gotta rise above it and just keep concentrating on yourself, man, and your own happiness. And it's not just fuck the haters. Like, these are oftentimes, bro, and one thing I think, I don't want to make my community too pessimistic, but this is the reality of the fact, is oftentimes these are not haters. These are people that are masquerading around being maybe not your close friend, but masquerading around being an acquaintance of yours, masquerading around being a fellow content creator that you may have some relationship with. You know what I mean? This is not just haters. This is stuff where you gotta not let yourself get dragged down into the dirt with people that pretend to like you and stuff, Families sometimes do it, for sure. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I see where you guys are coming from, man. A lot of the time you guys will tell me stuff like that too, and I'm right there with you. We all deal with it. Happened to JJ back in the day. Dude, again, what I'm talking about is something that happens to everybody. Content creators, FIFA specific, Fortnite specific. People deal with that all the time, man. Like that whole Nick Mercs situation, dude. If you don't know about it, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know like the full details of it. But go research out that full situation that he's dealing with. And you just know that I'm in that situation too. I don't talk about it at all either, really. Little bits of advice here and there I try to give you guys, but what Nick Mercs is going through with the fake people and, friends and contacts and people that know you, that know the disrespect and the attacks that have come on you, but those same people that are your good friends and know the shit you've gone through will still just be buddy with all the people that do all that shit to you. It just makes you question a lot of shit, for sure. And one thing that really resonated with me, and I wish I could pull up the clip before this third game starts for the World Cup, what Nick said is like, people gotta fucking man up. This industry is so fake where people gotta man up. Like, you gotta pick a side. And what he was saying about some of his close friends and stuff like that is that, like, you gotta pick a side. You can't pretend to be close with me or close with all these other people and then jump to the other side knowingly they're all being terrible in regards to Nick Mercs, but then be buddy with all. You gotta fucking pick a side. It's so snaky to do stuff like that, I don't trust people easy, so maybe this doesn't happen to me often. No, and I think I would rather. Here's a closing thought on what I'm saying here too, because I don't want you guys to be negative and close people out, because there's nothing worse than closing everyone out and being alone, and being completely shut out from the world. You feel me? You don't want to go that route. I would much rather be the guy that is an open book, and I'm just open and try to be nice and kind to everyone, and I'll occasionally get stabbed in the back or in the front, and it is what it is, You don't want to be a closed off book that shuts everybody out. I'd rather take the risk of being open, and then if people get to know me and know who I am, hopefully they start liking me and whatever it is. And if they don't, fuck them at the end of the day, right? But it's better to open yourself up, and then you get to welcome in some good people, right? Sure, you welcome in some scumbags and you welcome in some people that might hurt you in the long run, but I just think, I don't know, so far from my life experiences, it seems like that's a good way to play, you know? Any advice on how to control emotions? No, because I don't know how to control my own emotions, dude. That's maybe my biggest fault, both as a business side of it, because if someone does me wrong, I call them out. It's the biggest reason why people think like the one slip up I did 3-4 years ago in a fit of rage is why like EA don't like me and whatever. No, EA hated my guts before that. The reason why I'm very heavily disliked by EA is because back in the day when people were getting banned, coin wiped, all of that stuff, and accounts were getting hacked left, right, and center, I, unpolitically, went and attacked all the fucking people that were on the face end of EA. So all of their old community managers that were clout chasing. EA had a couple of community managers that did nothing but clout chase back in 2013 and 2014. They'd sit there and shit on content creators when they felt right, and then at the same time they would befriend content creators and ass kiss content creators, and I don't like people like that. I don't like fake gross people like that clout chase. It's just gross. And then those same people also tried to publicly call me a liar, saying I wasn't getting hacked, that I was getting banned by EA, when live on stream I got hacked, like in front of my audience. Yet those people still tried to call me out and say that I was lying about being hacked and stuff like that, right? So the problem is when that shit was happening, I didn't at EA themselves and call them out. I added the people that were attacking me, right? I'm a very hot-headed person, and if you're gonna do dumb shit and say dumb shit, I'm gonna call you out on it. And unfortunately, because those people got called out on it, those people, and then the inner circle that is still at EA even nowadays really fucking hates my guts. So what do? If you ever make a mistake, they'll just use that against you forever. Now, that's not to say I don't have great relationships with Zaro and Corey and some of the other guys at EA, and FUD Economist now being at EA is a great thing. It doesn't mean that I don't have good relationships with those guys, and it doesn't mean that I haven't changed. I have. As you can tell, I don't go out and attack anybody. EA Sports themselves even. I call out what they do wrong, but I'm just not a cunt about it. Back in the day, I was a cunt about it. So, even I can change. The funny thing is, though, is it seems like those guys that were at EA back then are the only ones that can't change in any way, shape, or form. It's funny how a billion-dollar organization will hold a grudge for so long, dude. So long. Like a petulant teenage boy or teenage girl. That's what it seems like the higher ups at EA are. It's a really, really weird company ethos and company mentality to have, but it is what it is, man. I'm fine. I don't regret anything I ever did. Have I changed? Have I tried to grow? Have I tried to get better? Definitely. But it doesn't mean I regret what I did, because what I did back then defines who I am now, right? The mistakes or the over-aggression that I had back in 13 and 14 when I was coming up, when I was relatively new to streaming and stuff like that, that shaped who I am today. Like, I know, I've learned with age and with experience. No one benefits from being that aggressive and that angry, even if you're justified. That's the thing that I want you guys to know, is that back then, I was fully justified in my anger. Being called a liar, being genuinely hacked, EA giving out my fucking phone number, dude, to hackers. And all that stupid. I was fully justified in being pissed off. I was spending thousands of dollars on FIFA points, and they were just giving my accounts away to people. So I was fully justified. But even in being fully justified, what you learn in a situation like that back then is that you can't just go off like that, because it hurts you in the end as well. Those same people that fuck you over can now then look back and say, look at how toxic he was. What a terrible person. So, long story short, you gotta live and grow, dude. So let's get back into this. They finally started game 3. We'll get back right into it. In any of my mistakes in life, anything I do right or wrong, I don't want you guys to sit there and defend and attack others for me, ever. Let me handle it. You guys just be my silent supporting community. I don't want you guys to put yourself in harm's way, both verbally or physically or anything stupid like that to support me. You know what I mean? So even when that stuff happened, like I will never deny that I wasn't at fault. Of course I was. That was a horrendous mistake and something that I'll regret for the rest of my life because that's not who or what I am. Period. It's not. And anybody that knows me closely knows that for a fact. Which is why pretty much every content creator that knows me, big or small, all the Sidemen, KSI, JJ, Tobe Jizzle, Mav, Wolfie, everybody stood beside me as all that shit happened because they know who I am and what I stand for. And you guys do too. The difference is, I don't want you guys to get abused and attacked over knowing who I am and supporting who I am by those football Twitter nerds, you know? So, yeah, Shivano, I don't like hearing that you get attacked, or you got attacked in the past for supporting me and shit like that. That sucks, dude. But I love you guys, man. I love that you guys, you know, fuck with me now, back then, and on to bigger and better things, bros. This community will go far, dudes, and that's all we need. That's all we've ever needed, chat. This community, me and you. Don't need EA, don't need support or help from anybody else. Me and you guys, that's it, man. Charity streams, we'll do it all on our own, as we've always done. Don't you think it might be pretty sad that these young kids don't live with their parents anymore, but live with their Fortnite teams? No, Jissa. I grew up from the age of 2 not living with my parents. My parents were divorced. I lived with my mom, and a lot of the time my mom was a single mother trying to earn a living, so she had to go off traveling, and I lived up until basically I was 18 without most of my parents. You know, I turned out a little bit fucked up, but for the most part pretty fine. That's not the be all end all, my dude. It's actually crazy. I ended up all these it's funny I bring that up. They're right here too because we were going through like old like family stuff. And I don't know how or why I kept all of this, but I'm not going to show you guys like the details or anything because obviously it's very personal and stuff like that. But it's pretty crazy that like here, right? Like this. So just so you guys know, this was in. So this is a Christmas card. Just so you guys know, like my stories aren't like fucking made up. Would it I don't think you'll be able to read it. I mean, you can screen cap it in if you can, but this is a Christmas card my dad sent me. So as I've said, my parents got divorced when I was 2. I told you guys, like, my dad lived out of the country and stuff like that while trying to finish his career and schooling and stuff like that. So this is a Christmas card my dad sent me, I guess in like 1989. But like, can any of that, can you see any of that? Habibi Nikki, I'm going to be missing this Christmas, but I promise you next year we'll be back together and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit blurry, isn't it? I don't know how I would make it focus on that, dudes. Unless I did this, right? I guess if I did this, it would probably focus. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to be away this Christmas. So this is a Christmas card my dad wrote me when I was 4. And we're going to build the Christmas tree with me, and we'll fill the socks with presents and lots of them, but we'll leave some room for Santa Claus. I'm going to call you before you receive this card. Wish you a good time. I'm here. Wait, no. I am sure you're going to enjoy all your days. Please kiss. I can't even read what my dad wrote for me and stuff like that. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. I actually got a little bit teary-eyed because, like, reading through some of the stuff, like, I guess you forget as a kid, like, the sad times that you go through and shit like that. You know what I mean, chat? Like this one's crazy too. This one is one my dad sent me. This was, when did he send this to me? This was in 1990, so I was like 5. Wait, show any like details? Not that it matters, because none of us live anywhere near where these cards would originate. But this is like a postcard my dad sent me. Hi Nikki, since I had to go out of the USA to renew my visa, I came to Niagara Falls, which is obviously on like in Eastern Canada and shit like that. You know, and the like just like all of this like sad shit. Hold on, where like look at this one. This one fucked me up a bit. This one was tough. Just so you guys know, dudes, like these stories, I talk to you about my youth, and like, you know, when someone in the chat is like,
You turned out amazing, Nick, and you make us all laugh, and we will always be here for you, man.
Cheers, Junaid, love you, bro. But you know, like when someone says like, hey Nick, my parents are divorcing and whatever, and I give them that bit of advice saying like I went through it and I went through tough times, I just want you guys to know that like none of that shit is fake. None of that shit I tell you is coming from a place where I make it up so that you guys like me more. Like this one was this one fucked me up. I sent this one to my dad saying like, Dad, I love you. Like we went through some hard times, but we're better for it and stuff like that. My dad like wrote me back this message, this teary-eyed message a couple of days ago. So this one, I was 4 years old. So wait, does it show any details or anything like that? No, not really. So again, here you go. Remember I told you guys people call me Nikki, right? That's like kind of my my like if you will, my nickname. But anyway, so happy birthday, Habibi Nikki. I hope that you will have fun on your birthday. I will try to be there next time. God, my boy is 4 years old. I'm so proud. Please, something about present to you to be sent by mail, but I have to bring it. I wish you will have fun with your friends. I'm sure you'll be having lots of presents. Happy birthday, my big boy, and stuff like that. So, like, I want you guys to know, man, like, not only this shit obviously fucks me up again, but I do want you guys to know that no matter what type of shit you guys go through in life, what type of difficulties you guys go through in life, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, you know? So if you have something like that going on in your life, maybe your parents are divorcing, or your parents are going through a tough time, or you've got like a bad relationship with your parents or something like that, just know that first of all doesn't define you in any way, but even more specifically as well, it always changes and it always gets better, you know? And sometimes it's a little bit hard to look back at these old things. But there's another thing that I would say to you guys is the past is the past, and it doesn't always define you, but it is also sometimes good to hold on to a few heirlooms and a few old things, because when you end up being a 33-year-old dad with 2 kids of your own, it's weird like being reminded of this stuff, and it's kind of a little bit of a grounding thing. Like Steph just found this stuff a few days ago, and she started crying as she was reading through all these postcards from my dad saying, sorry, I'm not here for this birthday. And then my mom wrote me a letter as well when I moved in with my dad when I was 13, basically saying like, I love you, I understand what you chose, I hope that your life with your dad is good, and like all of this shit, you know? And it really, like, I don't know, man, it helps me. Like I've had a lot of things that I've been dealing with lately, and like reading through this type of stuff, I'm like, dude, you know what, man, we've come a long way, you know? And chat, you guys are a big part of that. My YouTube community, my stream community, like you guys are a big part of all of that. And I love you for it, man. I really do. And sometimes I can be a bit of an asshole. Sometimes I can call you guys out on a lot of shit. When you say just something ever so stupid or ever so small, and I'm sorry for it, dudes. Like, you know, I am. And I hope that on a daily basis I can be better for you guys as well. You know? And I hope that over the years I can continue to give you guys advice where I can find it. And I hope that these streams and this channel, whether there's 100 viewers or 1,000 viewers or 10,000 viewers, I hope that this channel can be a positive place for you guys overall. There's always going to be days where I'm more of a dickhead than others. I'm a human. I went through a pretty fucked up childhood, so I've got very fragile skin, you know, for a lot of reasons. So when I sound like I just attack people or defend myself real quick, I don't have thick skins because I grew up like in a lot of fucked up different environments, so it shaped me in that way. But I don't want to use that as an excuse, and I want to try and be as good and as honest and as helpful and positive to you guys as possible when I can. All right. So yeah, that's crazy. That just that little conversation sparked a bit of a reminder about that whole thing about like my family life and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get back into more positivity. I think this is game 5 for Fortnite, so we'll get back into that stuff.
A proxy grid. He certainly was quenched in his thirst, but then T-Fa out.
Look at that. 38 HP, dude. See?
And that is unfortunate.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like the rotation and movement in this game with 100 of the best players on planet Earth, like you just get wrecked. And what I love, again, I'm seeing it in the chat already. What I love is we talked about this yesterday. See, we talked about this yesterday. People in the chat and people overall on the internet just love failure, love any type of non-success. So the second Tfue dies, lol, oh my fucking god, he's already dead. He's at the World Cup. The fact that he's there alone is entirely massive.
Probably wondering what comes next. Well, as we said before, competitive Fortnite isn't going anywhere. Once Season 9 wraps up and we move into our next season, we'll be debuting the Fortnite Championship Series.
Ooh.
This will give players a chance to compete against the best of the best, where every single result matters, with a leaderboard to track results over the course of the season. Follow your favorite players on their quest to become the first season champions with millions of dollars at stake. Now, this is just a taste of what's to come, as we also plan on stepping up our competitive efforts across the board. So, keep your eyes peeled for more news as you root on your favorite competitors in the back half of the matches.
What the hell? They're going right into another tournament set?
Well, that's awesome. I didn't even know that was coming.
Come Season 10?
That was pretty dope. Fortnite Championship Series?
Like division rivals, but with millions on the line? Wow. Is that accurate? New icon leak? Is that real or is that fake? Ian Wright as a new icon? Ronald Koeman? That can't be real. Can I get a confirmed source on that? Is it real? Wait, did EA post it themselves? Dude, obviously I haven't paid attention too much to what EA have got going on today. Did EA post that themselves? EA Sports. Yo, they posted it themselves, dude! What planet am I living on, man? Oh my lord, dude! Check this out. Classic FIFA community hating everything, but, so Ian Wright got in. That's interesting. They're bringing in some new players. That's cool. Ronald Koeman, neither one of Ian Wright or Ronald Koeman do I really care about. I'll be honest with you guys. But that's just cool that they're bringing in new people like that, new players like that. So and they did follow these two as well. So the fact that they followed Zidane, I think this Wednesday, bros, we are going to get some real big FIFA 20 Ultimate Team news and information, man. That is absolutely crazy. That's pretty awesome, man. Okay, well, I'm kind of down with that. That's cool. Bring on more news like that. Make me happy for sure.
You guys want to see the first tease for the new season of Fortnite?
Oh, Jesus! Really? Just as I say that, they're throwing it in? Let's go!
I've not seen this before. Oh!
Yo, they're bringing them back! No way!
August 1st, 2019.
Are they actually bringing them back?
Fortnite.
No!
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is, Dr. Lupo?
CD in the third, I bet is.
Oh my god, dude! I gotta message Vic, dude. That used to be our landing spot last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys excited for the next Fortnite season?
Oh, baby! Clip it and highlight that, baby! Let's go! That's huge!
All will be
Oh, August is gonna be so fun, chat.
The chills right now. That's the first time we saw that.
Factories and Dusty is coming back. Oh my God. Here's hoping Factories come back too.
Said and done. Reminder, this is our final game
What
here
the
tonight.
heck?
Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get it
Sausage
trending.
rolls and figs?
Yesterday. Alongside the
Thank you.
millions
Where'd you make it?
watching online. Sam
Thanks,
was our
Bubba.
player.
What the heck are you eating?
Top of the leaderboard.
That looks
Could he
so
do this
much
last
better.
game? Could he make the trek to try
I
to
know.
catch up?
Thank you
to
guys. You
Luga,
guys are
who was
amazing.
15 points,
Do I just eat the whole fig?
So good.
ahead.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Bubba. It's all good.
Try this stuff first. Think
Okay.
1v1.
so good.
And angled down through a
There's two more,
handful of
too.
edits here at Mega Mall. He's going to push
I
around
have
the
four
side and
myself,
try and
and I
make
have
his
those,
way
and I have
inside
those pigs.
the mall itself.
Really
Pika,
good.
12 of his total points in just the last
Is it
match.
hot?
And I think that says a lot about
Burning hot?
possible
Oh, good.
11th place when we
Got
rolled
more?
into
Mm-mm.
this
Than that?
game.
Oh,
Pika
you guys are awesome.
trying to
Okay,
find a
let's
way
go.
inside.
Say hi bye to the chat.
Outside.
Adios, chat. Thank you guys. I'm so hungry.
Oh, there's more.
No,
I
this
thought
is
you were
great.
saying that.
You're the best. Thank you.
kidding me?
Holy shit, there's somebody here. What the hell? I think I'm gonna get that kill.
Damn. Oh, you're there?
Wait,
Okay.
do I not get that? What?
I didn't even see anyone flying in.
Wait, what? I still... What just happened? Like I just ran off the cliff and they started shooting me from the bottom of the cliff. You just won a lucky prize. I'm fucking dead. Yep, nice telling you, although... The fact that I haven't hit this... How many shots do you have? You fuckwit! What an event, man. What an event.
This is what it's all about.
What a community. What a company backing this event.
Right here.
Bros, as a FIFA community, we have so much to be jealous of, man. So much to be jealous of.
Shots coming in.
Incredible.
Elimination yet for the first game victory.
We can hope that FIFA gets to this point, man, at some day. Our pros in the FIFA community deserve this level of support. I think content creators in the FIFA community deserve a game this good. I think the community that plays FIFA deserves a game and company backing it like this. I really do, man. I hope one day we can have it, dudes. I really do, man. I'm so lucky to be able to play this game in the summers, dude. Seriously. Really opens my eyes to what like a gaming company can do and give. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, man. Not until EA lose. Not until EA lose FIFA? Disagree. Fortnite dominates the space as well, and look at how good they do it. EA are just misguided in a lot of ways. That's all. The whole Monopoly thing made sense before Epic came around. Epic got a monopoly too, bro. And look at what they're doing. It's like Epic is run by a saint and an angel and like a god of types. And it seems like EA, I probably shouldn't say this, but is run by a Lucifer type. They're both in their own world of monopoly and dominance, but it's just like one is run by a saintly type of figure. It's a weird way to look at it, but that's what it feels like, man. Genuinely. Look at these prizes! Look at these prizes! Look at these prizes! Compared to what the pros get, dude! Look at these prizes compared to what the pros get. Are you kidding me? Genuinely. It's ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about right here, dude. This is what I'm talking about. 3 million for first, 50,000 for 50th. This is one of their pros, one of the best players on the planet. EA for first, 250 for 32nd, $750. The pros, the community, everybody deserves better, dudes. And Epic are really showing us what is out there. And what a properly run company is able to do, man. in every level, not just in the events, the pro events, but in the level of game design, community interaction, community feedback, keeping the game fresh. Amazing, man. Amazing. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much to a company and a game like Fortnite and Epic coming around to show our community what can properly be done. Genuinely. Absolutely fantastic, man. And like I said, I love FIFA. I love Ultimate Team. I always will. And that's why I constantly talk about it and compare it to the best in the business in terms of Fortnite. Because I think the community deserves it. I really do. I genuinely do, man. So, clip it, ship it. That'll be the last stream highlight for today. God bless you guys, man. What a great weekend of watching all these events, man. And I guess we'll be back Tuesday in terms of putting out content to YouTube. But for now, I love you guys, and we'll catch you on the flip side. And I'm off to stream some more Fortnite on my own. God bless it.